take us through what happened, what caused it, and just kind of the whole scene when you were on the bus ready to go to the game.
Just had a food allergy. Ate something real quick, thinking I was gonna be straight. About to get on the plane, about to get the lunch that we was gonna have, and started having a reaction right away. Kind of went to the medical staff right away. Told them what was going on. Told them I know the feeling. I know what was going on. So.
You've had one before. You've had like a food allergy before.
Oh reaction. Yeah, I had reactions. Yeah.
Was it scary though, or just kind of because you've been through it before, you kind of knew?
Yeah, I had it a lot before. A big guy. Eat a lot of food and stuff. So, so I've been through I know the ropes. When it comes to having an allergic reaction, you can't panic. Right. Especially when it got something to do with your airways. Right. You want to make sure you're breathing and stuff and getting the right treatment.
Was it a peanut reaction or?
Not necessarily.
What was it?
Not necessarily. Some type of milk. Some type of something that was in some type of milk. It wasn't regular milk. Right. So yeah.
So how you feeling now? A few days after?
Good. Yeah. I had it before. You just gotta go to the hospital. Get checked out. People get eyes on you, and then they release you. You be good.
You had it. Was it in Michigan or was it high school? When was the last time you had something like that?
I mean, I've had some. Last time I think it was before the combine. That's probably the last time out in Phoenix. I was training Exos. They had slipped something. I told them.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Crisis averted, everybody. Crisis averted. Mazi Smith is okay. Everybody can relax. There's no conspiracy theory. He looks fine. God. But anyway, happy, everybody. A good afternoon, and look who we have here. None other than Cole's Cowboys is in the house. Good. Sharing the lunchtime chat. What's going on, Coles? How are you, bro?
It's good, man. Hey, just working, man. Just getting it in. But I'm glad to be on your show today, man. And with that Mazi thing, hey, he just had a peanut allergy, so he good.
Well, whether it's peanuts, whether it's milk, doesn't matter. He's fine. Everybody just panics. He's fine, people. He's fine. So what's going on, man? How you been?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for the season to start. I like what I've been seeing in preseason. I know we're gonna dive into that, but yeah, I'm ready for these players to get paid and we start the season off, man. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I've been on record as saying that I don't really care for preseason other than the young guys, which is what it's about. Preseason means injury, opportunity for injury, time missed by regulars. Good thing is we don't play many regulars. We've been down that road before, literally in the last week where we decided to get cute and we've lost players. This is all about the young people. Really, the last 5 or 6 roster spots on the team because Coles, basically the team is whole minus just I would say a handful of guys, right? Is there only about a handful of guys that are really fighting for anything? Do you agree or what?
Yeah, at this point of the preseason of camp, that's when they start narrowing down, making cuts. I say some of the potential players that we kind of eyeing down is more of the running back room. We still got to see if I know Royce Freeman. I think he's been dealing with a lot of injury. I think he got hammy or something like that. So we looking at Deuce Vaughn like, hey, is this your opportunity to stay on the team? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't think it's many ways we can go with Royce. We can either put him on IR and just hold him off, stash him, or they might just let him go. I know they just let a DB go, Redwine. He's going.
So they got rid of Sheldrick Redwine?
Yep. Okay. They just released him. So, yeah, they're going through them cuts, man. Well, and I seen that coming with the DBs. The DBs we have are very good. I thought Eric Scott was probably going to be, but they like to hold on to some of those rookies that they draft, versus the free agents that we get. So
yeah, I would like them to be a little bit creative, maybe flip some like they did with Minnesota. Get rid of Nashawn Wright, bring in an Andrew Booth. Makes a lot of sense. He's a tackle. I mean, he had what eight solo tackles or 8 tackles the other night.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell that's a guy who plays special teams, and that's what you're kind of looking for. Yeah. I'm just going to rattle off. I don't know whether I haven't gotten into the 53, but I'm looking at if we keep 6 wide receivers, who's going to be that 6th? Like you said, the running back room, I know what I would do. We can dig into that. Offensive line, who's going to be that swing tackle? I want to pick your brain on that. Who do you think? Who do you want? Safety, and DB. I think we are loaded in that DB room, and it'll be interesting to see. But before we get into any of that, let me just shout out my people in the chat, and then I'll just ask you some questions regarding the roster. So let's see here. Lady Libra's in the house. What's up, Lady Libra? So over it.
What's up, everybody?
Jeff Lee, Chris May. Mouse, what's up, Mouse? You guys, I need help with something or more of a question answered. Well, us, we'll do the best we can. JoJo's in the house. Hey, JoJo. Arturo Gomez, what's up, Art? How are you, brother? Nike 3, what's going on, man? I know I saw Hamid. We got Dustin Bosley. What's going on, Dustin? Lady Libra for life. What's up, lady? Who else we got? West Virginia Country Boys in the house. That dude Rolo. What's up, man? Hamid, there he is. Cowboys 7-10. Dude, put down the whatever it is that you're drinking, just put it down, bro, because that's not happening. We got Chris May in the house. I don't know if I said it, but oh well. Stacy Flowers, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Dirty Sanchez is in the house. We got Woke in the house. Brad Harris has showed up. So I got everybody. Shout out to the 32 people in here now. All right, man. So let's start from the top. My and if you want to go anywhere, just ask me. But
you're good.
You know what I mean? You got Coyote in the house. What's up, Coyote? I do have a poll question. I know it seems easy, but I don't think it's as easy as people think. Who do you have as the backup quarterback this year? I know, I'm just going to ask you. Do you think it's Cooper Rush or do you think it's Trey Lance? When it's all said and done after game 3, what do you think they're going to do?
That's tough, man.
That's why I'm asking you tough questions.
It's
not as easy as people think.
Because it should be Rush. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
I think politics is going to get in the way, and they'll probably go ahead and get Trey Lance to be the QB2. But it should be Rush. Rush been playing better. They giving all these snaps to Trey Lance because they want him to kind of get comfortable and get better. He's a very young talent, and I don't know if they might want to build his stock up and possibly flip him for a pick. But as of now, I think they're gonna try to make Trey Lance be it.
I would say I agree. I think Cooper Rush will be number 2. Trey Lance will be number 3. But my thing is, if it's a one-game situation, let's say, God forbid, something happens to Dak. We don't want that, people. But let's say Dak gets banged up. He's got to miss a game for whatever reason. I would say Cooper Rush. What's up, Felix? Felix Rojas. I think if it's a long-term issue, I think it might very well be. If it's a season ender, God forbid, I would think it would be a Trey Lance. So I think it's I think if it's a one-game situation, 2 tops, I think it'll be Cooper. I think if it's a multi, half a dozen games or more, I think it would be Trey Lance. Am I wrong or what?
No, not necessarily. And a thought just really came in my head. They may just be trying to showcase Trey Lance.
You do really think that's a possibility? That
they could. I mean, it just because it doesn't make sense. We're still trying to see the Dak situation. They're trying to sign Dak.
What's up, Sports Junkie?
What's up, Sports Junkie? What's good, man? Hey, they not. It's not the point that they're not trying to sign Dak. They're trying to sign Dak. It's different. They want him on the team for the future. So my thing is, we got Trey Lance coming up. He has to get paid too. They declined his 5th-year option, so it wouldn't make sense keeping him on the team like that. I think they're trying to showcase him for other teams that may need a quarterback. We've seen how the Vikings are. They're in a situation where they lost their rookie quarterback for the season. They might want to bring in maybe Trey Lance to lighten things up. Saw how bad the Raiders. Well, I think the Raiders are good with Gardner Minshew and Kevin O'Connell, unfortunately, but it's teams out there that might snag them up, in my opinion. I think they might. I think they're trying to showcase them and get a pick.
Yeah, I think a lot has to do with Dak Prescott and his long-term contract. If Dak is signed, right, then I think now you. I still don't believe they're going to trade Trey Lance this year. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, it may not be this year. But
and I say that because it really doesn't make any sense, because if long story short, let's say you sign Dak long term, okay? I don't think it's happening before the season. I just don't. But I'm hoping. But either way, if they do sign him, I still think they're going to hold on to him and let him go in the offseason. And if he signs a big enough deal, Dallas will get a 3rd-round pick. At least they'll get a 4, and it'll basically recoup their 4 that they got, that they gave up. So if Dak is signed, then it does open up the opportunity of possible moving him. But I still don't believe they're going to do it. And I think they'll let him go. If Dak's not signed, then I think that they use him as leverage. What's up, Jamie Garcia? I think they use, I think they have to keep him around in case Dak decides he's going to leave, and just tell Trey, listen, wait till the end of the season. We're still trying to find a deal for Dak. Work on a deal for Dak, but I don't know. I just have a hard time feeling that anybody's going to give him anything. He was on the open market, but, we'll see. I mean, it's not as easy as people think. Oh, well, it's definitely Cooper. Maybe. I mean, Trey, I thought Trey looked a lot better. Did you think? I thought he looked better, right?
He looked better, but he still lacks accuracy.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
He had some good shots, but as far as that,
What's up, Jamison?
Progressing down the field. He, he's not there yet. Let's just say that. It's going to be in situations where he can't run the ball. He's going to have to use his arm more. Can he drive it down the field like Dak Prescott do? He has ways. He needs to just sit back and learn. He's going to definitely learn behind Dak good, but, right now he's just not there.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, especially early on in that game. He was thrown behind people, and I think a lot of it is just confidence in what he's seeing, letting the ball go, and he's high school open is like this much, college open is this much, pros open is this much. You got to be able to make up your mind and get rid of the ball on time. Everything's faster, and he's been off for a while, people. He's been hurt a lot in his career. He don't have many games played, believe it or not. And the Niners found their future with Brock Purdy, so we could sit there and say whatever we want. They found their guy, so they took advantage. They wanted that pick now as opposed to later. So it is what it is, So he was available. We gave him a 4th, and we move on. I just find it hard to believe that we're just going to give up on him. I think ultimately they would like him to be the backup because he's still young at Coles. Yeah. He's very, very young. And even if Dak signs a 4-year deal, if Dak signs a 4-year deal, then if you sign Trey Lance as the backup next year, he could still potentially be the guy long term. So what happened, Brad? Let me go back to the chat. Yeah. I'm trying to see what happened with Brad. Brian, can you say a prayer for my family, please? My uncle passed away. I'm sorry to hear that, Brad. Sorry to hear, my friend. Sorry to hear, man. I know. It's very, very sad. Hope you're doing okay. Give me a text, Brad, later if you want, or give me a call. I'll be around. But yeah, I agree with you. Let's move on here. As we look into we're going into the final preseason game. They're saying Dak is going to call plays this week, which is what they do. That's a way of him staying mentally sharp without, putting himself in danger. So what do you think about Dak calling plays for, for the team this Saturday, I think?
Yeah, I love him, man. I was hoping that he'll have a chance to do that. So I'm looking forward to him calling plays. We saw how he did last year, when he was with what's that quarterback that we let go? Will Greer.
Will Greer,
And
Philly.
I mean, that was, he had to showcase for a job at that point.
Yes.
Like that was right after we got Trey Lance, and he kind of knew that he was out the building, and Dak, stood up, called great plays, made him look great, and I'm looking forward. I'm seeing him doing that with Trey Lance, to be honest. I think Trey Lance is going to really, showcase big on this last game with Dak calling plays, in my opinion. I think sometimes Mike McCarthy, when he calls his plays, he don't really be too creative. He just, keep it kind of basic. They'll still use a basic playbook, but I think Dak going to be a little bit more creative on some plays that he would want to do if he was on the field and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I agree. Primetime Phil, what's up, my
What's
guy?
good, Phil?
A Coyote. Deuce makes a squad. He should be more decisive instead of too much flash. Yeah, Deuce. To me, Deuce was already on the team.
Yeah, Deuce on the team.
Now let's a transition to the running backs. Now, assuming that Hunter Lepke is going to be a fullback / tight end. So let's say that when you're adding the tight ends, you could / H-back basically, that's going to be Lepke. So Lepke is not going to be a part of the running back numbers. So no, but what I mean is when you're adding them up, how many of these who are you keeping and who are you cutting? I'm curious to know on this team right now. Who are you keeping and who are you cutting? I know what I'm doing, but I'm curious to know what you're doing.
Well, yeah, of course, we keeping Deuce and Malik Davis. I think Snoop gonna get out of here, And like I said earlier, Royce Freeman with his injuries, they probably just gonna stash him away on IR. But I don't see Snoop making the team.
So who do you have making the team? Not counting Lepke because he's a. Oh,
you're talking about all the.
I'm curious. How many do you think that make the 53? Not counting Lepke because.
Oh yeah, not counting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Of course, we got Zeke and we got Rico. Then I also see Deuce and I see Davis.
So you have them keeping more than I have them keeping.
I think they'll keep. I think they could keep more in their price.
They've had as many as 2 in recent years, and they've cut everybody and just kept 2. And then they just bring them back on the practice squad. But I think they do. Like I said, not counting Lepke because he's going to be the fullback / H-back. I think Zeke. Rico Dowdle and Deuce. I think that's it. I think everybody else is cut. They try and bring back Royce.
Bring back on the practice squad.
Yeah, Royce should be brought back because he was on the open market. So there's no, Malik Davis has been cut the last 2 weeks. Well, they could stash him too.
That's why I was saying they probably might stash him at IR because of the injuries.
But he played last week, so I understand what you're saying. They could do whatever they want. I think Snoop's gone. Yeah, I think they bring that back Nathaniel Pete. They bring back Royce Freeman. I don't know about Malik. Possibly they may be moving on. I think if it's Nathaniel Pete or Malik Davis, they're going to bring back Pete. So it'll be interesting. I can't sit here and tell you who exactly they're going to bring back, but I know who they're going to keep. They're going to keep Zeke, they're going to keep Deuce, and they're going to keep Rico. Now, I've heard that if they were doing a real, that they're not showing Zeke because they don't want everybody to see or complain that he don't look good. Is there a scenario that Zeke don't make the team?
None whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, we agree.
But I've been
heard
seeing that floating around today, like out of the blue, and I'm like, people, y'all must forgot we missed Zeke last year. I could count 3 games that if we had Zeke, we would have won. You know, the Cardinals game, we could have used a good, our running game was non-existent, and there have been plenty of situations when we made it to the red zone and we couldn't get it done.
I mean, yeah,
You know,
everybody
it's
gets
just-
worked up over young running backs like that we've had on practice squads before. Again, if there's an injury or Jamie Garcia, Zeke is a good blocker as well. I mean,
yeah, he is.
I don't think they're going to get rid of Zeke, but I think if they were being honest, I think Rico is better than Zeke, but I think Zeke does more. I just think for right now, Zeke, this is probably his last year. Yeah, depending on how he plays.
Yeah.
I think they're probably going to draft a young running back. Hopefully the Oklahoma State kid, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
They should have drafted one.
I know. We talked about it.
I'm going to bang the table on that. They should have drafted
well,
one.
we had to have Trey Lance,
right?
I mean, they could have drafted the running back. Yeah, I know. That but we'll see, man. I mean, there was 2 guys on the board that I liked in the draft. I liked Jalen, the dude out of Tennessee, Jalen Wright, and I liked Marshawn Lloyd. Those were the 2 on the clock in the 4th. Now, Braylon Allen, I don't think he might have been gone, but I like Braylon Allen's balling out. So I think he's with Green Bay, Braylon Allen. So, so that should be interesting. But, I do think we'll get one. But, okay, so we basically agree. I only think they're keeping 3. They can't afford to keep any more. Because,
you may be right on that. I was also trying to add some for the practice squad as well.
Well, that's something different because you technically have to be released and you're available. But Malik's been cut the last 2 years, so and I think Armstrong you can get to the practice squad, but Malik may be gone. How many practice squad running backs are they going to keep? Maybe they choose to keep Nathaniel Pete. I don't know.
They can cut more if they can bring in another running back like a Brandon Cook. I mean, not Brandon. Dalvin Cook.
You got Dalvin Cook and you got Miles Sanders.
But I don't see it happen. Yeah, I don't see that happening at all. We pray for situations like that and it never come through. So.
Yep. Let me get to the chat real quick before we move on. Give him a breather from me grilling him. Let's see here. Flip Shelton, what's going on, my guy? How are you? Darlene Mosher, how are you? I like Deuce. He's a pretty good running back, but can't be a starter. Yeah, we're not talking about starters. I think it's a running back by position. By committee. So I don't think... Don't get caught up with names right now. I mean, everybody goes, oh, my God, it's the worst a running back room. Again, the way our offensive line is looked and it's going to block, I think we're going to be fine, people. We're going to be fine.
Yeah.
The pass sets up the run, which is why we need to get 88 in as soon as possible. Dustin says he likes Snoop. But the problem is with Snoop, he hasn't really stood out. Other guys have looked better. So, we'll
they don't
see.
call his name.
Smoke 14 for you. Cole's Cowboy, we're going to make sure Deuce is on this team. Bet that. Yeah, Deuce will be on the team.
Hey, he shows up in preseason. I need to see him in the regular season, but I think it's going to be different with the offensive line.
Yes.
And, he got that year 1 behind him, so he kind of seen the field a little bit better.
We weren't blocking for Tony Pollard last year. We were not run blocking well at all, people. So, I definitely think it's going to be an upgrade with whether it's Brock Hoffman or BB at center. That's an upgrade over Tyler Biadasz. Sorry, but it is. And Tyron Smith, everybody gets caught up in the name. I know he had a good year last year, but it wasn't like Pro Bowl year. I don't think it was. So
Was he all pro?
Maybe he was last year. I don't know. But he's averaged 7 games a year over the last 5 years. He hasn't been around. It was time to move on. I like how people get mad. They want to move on with some veterans, but the guy who's never available and probably won't be available for the Jets, which is why they went out and drafted a first-round left tackle. That, it is what it is. Would I like to have Tyron? Yes, I would like to have Tyron. But I think that Deuce Vaughn is going to be fine. They told him stop dancing, and if he looked like he ran better behind a Cooper Beebe, he went to college with him. So when you know how to run behind certain people, so I like it. I like it. So let's transition to the elephant in the room, Coles. None other than Venom Spider-Man CeeDee Lamb. What the hell is going on with CD? What do you think's going to happen?
Well, I looked at that and everybody, I just looked at everybody's, opinion with the picture. Of course, they called him Spider-Man back in Oklahoma. That was his nickname. But I think at this point, he probably posted that just to get a message across saying, hey, I could be a villain too, I can, I could done being a nice guy, be playing games. I could play hardball too, you know what I'm saying? And I also seen like in reports that talks between them are going pretty good. And the 33 million wasn't exactly where he wanted to be, but they're working towards, getting a number right. And right now the talks are going good. Now that's, relieving, to hear, considering all the stuff that's been going back and forth. So it seems like Steven is trying to get the numbers right as far as the guarantees. That's really what they're working on is guaranteed money right now. And hopefully they get the deal done soon. The one thing I have to say to the chat, man, try not to listen to Jerry. Because right now, even a couple of minutes ago, he's feeding BS and all this crazy.
What did he say?
Just really a whole bunch of nothing, talking about the contracts and he's finally admitting that he doesn't have leverage with the Trey Lance thing, and of course Dak Prescott pretty much needs to get paid. Like, we know how Jerry is. He does this every time a contract comes. He plays around, draws it out, and then by the time it's time for the season to start, they get work done. They did it last year with Zach Martin. They played around. They didn't really play that hard a ball with Zach Martin. Zach Martin knew what he had to do. He was just at home. He came the last week of training camp.
Yeah. Well, Zach Martin was brought in. He actually reported last August 14th. So, we're past the point where Zach held out.
Yeah, we are. We very past.
Yeah.
So, they're trying to get, the thing is, and a lot of people can get, a lot of fans will get caught up in the whirlwinds of what they report. You got to understand, CD is about to play. He wants to play ball. And it could be a situation that he might miss week 1. Just to prove, if it even draws out to that, he might miss week 1, just like Chris Jones did. And when we lose, that's when they're going to go ahead and get the deal. So that's basically what it is.
I don't think he's missing any time.
I don't think he's going to miss. I'm just saying it could be
it's a possibility, but now the CBA has changed where you miss game checks and you can't. That's way too much money. That money back. He's making $17 million this year. And he doesn't hold the cards like Dak does. CD technically is on a 5th year, and then they could franchise him next year. He'll be in. But
of course, yeah. I'm just saying worst case scenario.
Yeah, I don't see him. I don't see him taking us into the season. But
me either.
I hear what you're saying. I wanted to get to a question here, and I gotta find it. Dirty Sanchez. What's up, Dirty? No, league commander. That's it. Game time. Jerry refuses to get screwed again on contracts that deals with amount of players and no trade clauses, no franchise tag. Jerry is not having it anymore. League commander, here's the deal. Unfortunately, Jerry will lose again on this negotiation. So, and the reason being, now I could see CD. Everybody goes, CD didn't want to sign. Well, if you give him a make him the number one receiver last year, he probably would have signed. But I wanted to show you. This is what I was trying to tell this to Mark Holmes, because he's big time into the Cowboys won't do nothing with the extra money. The players shouldn't give the Cowboys any deals, and I'm saying in the CeeDee Lamb the case that this is the problem. It's like you pointed out. Look, this number here, 110 million. That's the problem. What Justin Jefferson's agent did, who happens to be CeeDee Lamb's agent, is he went way over what he probably should have went. But Minnesota Viking is paying nobody. They have some dead money, but Coles, they don't have.
They've got nobody else.
They got nobody else. Okay. To me, a fair comparison, and I have the top 10 in guaranteed right here. Number 2 on the list is A.J. Brown, who just signed his deal, is making $84 million guaranteed over the next 4 years, and Justin Jefferson's making 110. It's that $16 million is what's the holdup. It's not about 33. They can make it whatever. They can make him 35 million, but I think he's looking at the Justin Jefferson number, and the Cowboys are looking more like the A.J. Brown number, the 84 million. And that's a big difference. What the Justin Jefferson's agent did is great for the player, but, it's almost like, hey, CD, do you want a Justin Jefferson money? Then go play for New England or Carolina. You're not going to win nothing, right? You're not going to win a lot of games. Yeah. But go get that extra. You guarantee. Now, either way, Coles, he's going to make the whole contract anyway because he's young. He's 24 years old. I think he plays at 25 this year. I think he's 25. So, you see the difference there, right? 110 is what Jefferson's making over 4 years guaranteed to A.J. Brown, who's number 2 at 84. So where does that happy spot? Is it 100? Would CD take 100? CD's probably asking for 105 million guaranteed.
Right. I mean, at least try to get it kind of close to that. And I think that's what
is he better than AJ Brown? AJ Brown
is still better than AJ Brown.
Right. That's what I mean. But see, my thing is this: Justin Jefferson did it on a team that stinks. AJ Brown is only 84 million guaranteed on a team that has stars around it, albeit on offense. And they want to be a part of a winning team. So that's where I tell CD, what do you want? Do you want to make 110? It won't be here. We'll see where we could let you go. New England will take you. You can go.
I don't think they're going to do that, man. I think they're going to go ahead and cash out.
Yeah. I don't think they're doing that, but that's what the negotiation is what I'm saying. You want Justin Jefferson money, you're not going to get it here. If you want A.J. Brown or you somewhere in the middle, yes. And I think that's what they're working on. I think they're working on somewhere in the middle. I mean, look at the good teams on that list. You got the Eagles, right? You got Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata. These are all Dallas Goedert.
That's because their GM know how to pay players ahead of the curve.
Offensive players. That's why he's getting his 84. Amon-Ra St. Brown, okay? They got Penei Sewell. They just signed Jared Goff. Yep. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, they have a bunch of weapons on offense. Let's look at number 4 on the list, who's only making $76 million guaranteed. Jalen Waddle. Okay? He's got Jalen, Tyreek, Atua. I mean, and then he got Cooper Kupp, and then he got Tyreek at $72 million guaranteed. So those winning teams there's a AJ, Amon-Ra, Jalen Waddle, Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill. Those 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are all on winning teams. So that's all I would tell people is CD, I don't know what he wants. So to sit here and say we know what he wants, I don't know what he's asking for. All we know is $33 million annually. That's all we heard. We don't know. Shit, maybe it's 75 guaranteed. They're going to be like, hell no. Right. Too broke to pay attention. That's why I see between Dak, CD, Micah, the Cowboys can only afford 2 of the 3. They can afford all 3. Too broke, but It is
I
what it is.
believe they can get all three. It's just not going to be in the same year. I believe if they do go this route, because they're only doing contract talks with CD and Dak. So of course we know that they're trying to sign both CD and Dak.
Yeah.
Micah is another situation, and this is why I'm kind of laughing at a lot of people saying, "Man, Micah, Mike ain't gonna get paid, or Micah gonna get left out. He gonna get traded." That's not gonna happen. And Micah he understands how things gonna go. He know if he waits till next year, the money only gonna go up for him. So he's gonna get a bag next year. He'll wait. They already paid him $5 million whenever they picked up his 5th-year option. You know what I'm saying? So he good right now. He at count. He's set for the season. So next year is either they can pay him, get him paid, and they also have a little trump card in their back pocket, and that's the franchise.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is what it is.
Micah is still with her. He's not going to be an unrestricted free agent next year. Same as CD.
Yeah, CD can't go nowhere either. Yeah.
They can tag CD if they wanted to.
Yep. I mean,
they're not doing that. They're trying to get him paid, but they can tag him if they want to. The Cowboys still own his rights. And if he want to demand a trade, they could say no.
I agree.
See, that's what's so funny about what people be like, man, he gonna be gone. He can't go nowhere. He's still in the contract. Yeah, he should have got paid, but they own him. I hate to say it like that. They own his rights. He cannot show up, but he gonna miss some money. So yeah. Either way it go, it is what it is. We want them to get paid, but they're gonna get paid. And all three of them can get paid.
Well, here's the deal, people. Dallas has never lost a player that they've wanted to keep.
Yeah.
So if they want a particular player, they're not letting Micah go. I just want people to understand that. They're not letting Micah go.
DeMarcus Rick.
But I want to share this because I'm just piggybacking off of what you just said here. I'll make this smaller. Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb remain in a stalemate. Jane Slater of the NFL media reports that sides have had no conversations and have exchanged no new proposals in the last 24 hours. The team reportedly has offered the star receiver a deal that averages just under 34 annually. Time is ticking. Or 33 annually, sorry. Time is ticking with the season opener 19 days away, and owner Jerry Jones should feel urgency even if he doesn't. Jones was asked Tuesday whether he is concerned about getting Lamb signed. I don't mean that to be insensitive to our fans or to CD, but we're in good shape. We are having promising talks. Well, Jones said via Todd Archer, you say, well, why do you keep talking? Why don't you do something? Again, as in anything, it takes both of you there at the same time. But I believe it's got the proper amount of everything, emphasis, importance for everybody involved here, and we'll see how it goes. So there's the update. Let's see. Instead of Jones said he thinks he's optimistic about getting a deal done. And when I say that, it doesn't sound too promising. Jones says the facts are that I believe we'll come together. I don't want to speak for him. That's why I'm trying not to do. But we wouldn't have offered him what we'd offered him if we didn't want him here. Okay.
Right.
The Cowboys didn't sign holdout running back Ezekiel Elliott in 2019 until September 3rd. Well, here's the difference. You lose the first 2 games of this year, it might be enough it costs you the division. So, that's my issue.
Can't play those games. And we got a tough few games in the beginning of the season that we got to try to win. But to answer Drew's question, he's asking basically who will be the odd man out.
I think all three are back.
On it. Yeah, I kind of touched it. I was like, this year I believe that they'll get CD and Dak paid. The odd man out going to be Micah until next year.
No, he's saying he thinks, again, Drew sees it up close and personal. that you could easily sign for. Those are the facts. Now, whether they do, to me, Mike
I'm just going
and
by how they
CD
track
are the two
record.
that they're bringing back, and the one that I expect to bring back, but actions speak louder than words, is Dak. If Dak's not signed by the end of by the start of the season, I don't know about Dak.
Yeah, that's true.
Then I
That's
don't
true.
know about Dak. But I think CD and Mike are definitely back, and we'll see because we have looming contracts. With some pretty key people. You got Jake Ferguson. Now, the deal for a tight end, people, is nowhere near as big as what we're talking about for
Look at this,
CD. But you have him. You have Tyler Smith coming up,
And
right?
Bland.
You got Deron Bland, which I'm on record to say you probably are not going to keep Bland, but I'm not going to sit here. I'm not saying I don't want him, but I don't know how they get that done. That's what they're looking at right now. Bland, Jake Ferguson, and Tyler Smith over and above the three that we've already talked about. So, what's up, Devil Dog? How are you, brother? But it is what it is, Drew. I don't know for sure. Dave Thompson said if these players keep holding out when they are under contract, there will be a labor stoppage real soon. Owners will close the door. Well, I think this is the last contract of this type. I think it's only going to get more stricter for the players. I just do. Jet Lee, what's up, brother?
They bring that on themselves, man. Like it shouldn't be this hard, It's that you pushing it, kicking the can down the road, and it's catching up on you.
Eminem Bentley, go Birds.
Now you in a situation where you struggling to pay a couple of guys. But we over here seeing other GMs signing 3 players. They signed up 3 players.
Yeah, exactly.
Right after the draft.
Yep. What's up, Lou Branch? How are you? In Montreal, Brian, do you see Lamb playing week 1? Yes, I do. I think Lamb, it's like we're still 19 days away. Yeah. I think it's imperative that he's in by the end of next week. I would say by the end of next week. We play on Saturday. By that Friday, you want him in over the weekend and then going into a game week. So that's kind of how I see it.
And I think they'll be able to get work done better when they're back in Dallas.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe, and that's why I don't think there's that much of a, 19 days, but when he's going to get accustomed. Yeah, I'm not hearing Nike 3. That's why I said by the end of next week to me is my deadline. That's not their deadline, but it's my deadline. You figure, by the end of, what's today? Today is the 20th, so a week from today would be the 27th. I would say by middle of next week, I would say another 8-9 days tops. They need to have him in here. The fact that are they that busy that they can't throw another contract out there? I don't understand, man.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Lead commander, game time. Something not being spoken is Jerry knows what players are discontent with their teammates. Just saying, what are you talking about, Dak? You think they're discontent? I don't think CD has any discontent with Dak. The reason why CD is getting ready to get paid is because Dak threw 36 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and 4,500 yards last year.
Yeah.
The one thing Dak Prescott does is get people paid, right? Coles, everybody that comes, whether it's free agency, whether it's who the hell was our receiver that went to Miami, number 11.
Cedric Wilson.
Yeah, we had Cedric Wilson, the dude who just retired that was playing with Green Bay, who came to us and then got a huge deal to go to Houston. So Dak, usually receivers' numbers go up under Dak. That doesn't have anything to do with playoff wins. I know that's what people want to hear or want to throw up. It's all Dak in the playoffs. I get it. He can't hide from it, but he gets people paid, so that's a fact in my book. So
And I'd say, shoot, even in that playoff game, it wasn't all Dak. It was CD too. CD dropped some passes.
it was the whole team, man. Nobody
Yeah, it
was
was the whole
playing
team. Like,
defense. We didn't
you know,
make them
everybody want
punt.
to point figure at one person. Like, the defense was bad. Yeah, Dak threw 2 pick sixes. That's unacceptable in a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, CD was dropping passes too.
We didn't make them punt on defense. They never punted. So just
Yeah,
think
that's what
about
I'm
that,
saying.
people. Just drink that in. It was a full team. We had people planning victory parties. It was ridiculous.
Right, you know, like
So
that made me mad, man. When I found out about that.
there you go, everybody. I got a limited edition. Here it is. Micah Parsons bobblehead. There it is. That's the big boy. Limited edition bobblehead. So that'll be the next giveaway that we'll have when we reach the threshold where we have to start over. But yes, so that'll be the next thing that we give away. But Brad Harris, no, Trey will not play. Hey, I thought it was 1 pick 6.
Yeah, it was. My bad.
You were giving me flashbacks too. I'm like, shit, that's all the Eagle fans need is give them another pick 6.
It was one. My bad.
No, Trey Lance will come in the
game,
season.
I was so mad. I turned the TV off, man.
But see, here's my thing. To me, it's even when it's bad, I have to watch it.
Man,
I have to watch it to see, especially in the playoffs. I
Yeah,
always watch
it
the
was
end. I have to
terrible.
watch the ends. It's like watching your demise. I have to. It's like your Terminator, going into the lava when he's looking. That's me. I had to be there for the last possible minute, and
that tore me down.
I had to feel it. I had to live it. That's how I do.
I had friends, texting me, "Hey, Coles, man, hey, tune in. They coming back."
Yeah, they're coming back. Yeah, no.
I said, man, no, they were playing prevent defense the whole time, man.
Absolutely. Because if you look at them numbers, wow,
Like, I
he
ain't
had a
looking at
decent
this,
game.
man.
Yeah, no, that was bad.
But no, man, they just trying to hold it down until the game over. We done.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, I'm glad to, finally be, move on.
No.
League commander, I have never seen a debacle like the Packers game in the playoffs. Yeah, it was bad, man. It was bad, but I think it was a perfect storm, Coles. I don't know. I'll have your opinion, but I think Dallas was a good team, not a great team last year. I think that Dallas had a really easy schedule last year. I think the Eagles collapsed and lost, the last 7 games of the season, including the playoff game.
Oh, that was perfect.
And everything just it fell right for them. So I think us Cowboy fans just sat back and go, wow, this may be our year. Things are falling our way. We don't have to win every game down the stretch, which we did. But you know what I mean? We didn't have to be perfect because we had a team helping us. The only team really that was even in arm's length was the Eagles, and they rolled over
We
and
would have been
basically.
better off.
Yeah, I think it would. Yeah, well, go ahead, finish your thought. Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say I think we would have been better off if the Eagles won the division.
Yes,
We played the Buccaneers.
exactly. Yep.
We would have won that game. I think we would have beat the Buccaneers. Only because I think it would have been more pressure on the Cowboys of playing away. I think they felt comfortable at home and they kind of underestimated the competition.
Coyote says going from good
Yeah.
to great would take a linebacker or running back at the trade deadline last year. Yeah, we did nothing.
Yep, that's true.
We did nothing, Coyote. We did
Better, I
nothing.
said.
We lost DeMarvion Overshown, who, listen, I understand he was a rookie, everybody, but they were counting on him, and he balled out last preseason, and he tore his ACL. Then we were going in very, very thin, especially with a Leighton Vander Esch, who's one hit away from being a career ender, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So we played a playoff game with Marquise Bell, 205-pound Marquise Bell playing linebacker. Think about that.
And the announcer still call him a linebacker.
It's absolutely embarrassing. And
It is.
the first thing that Dan Quinn did when he got to Washington and his first press conference was say, hey, I'm excited to be with a team that has a win now mentality. What does that tell you, people? Dallas wants to win just enough. Yeah. And we got to catch lightning in the bottle. Even with all the talent that we have, it's not enough, people. Listen, look at the Eagles. Look at the Eagles 2 years ago or whatever it was when you lost to Kansas City. They were far and away the best team in the league that year. Yeah. And you didn't get it done. It's not easy winning a Super Bowl, people. But that was your year to win it. But they went out and did the moves that they needed to do to get there. Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh. I mean, they went out. Okay, we have a problem at defensive tackle. We're going to go get 2 veterans, not 1. Yep. So, that's the problem. League commander says that 205-pound safety playing linebacker got you 12 wins. What happened with the Packers? Again, Lee, did you not hear my thing? We had an easy schedule. Okay. Leighton was there for most of the year. And we had time at the deadline to go out and get a body, and we chose not to. That's just negligence on the front office.
Let me address league commander on that too.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I could play that game. Okay, so we won 12 games with Marquise Bell, but I can be honest. Most of those teams we beat, wasn't running the ball. You know what I'm saying? They was following into our strengths of throwing the ball. So our pass rush got to that. Now we ran the teams that was running the ball, like the Buffalo Bills. We got cooked. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can break it down to everything. I'm saying I'm breaking it down. Some teams that figured this out and knew how to run, like the Green Bay Packers, they was targeting Marquise Bell, but we run into teams like the Giants that's trying to pass, like the Rams that was trying to pass. Most of these teams that's trying to pass, even the Eagles, because they weren't running Swift like they wanted to, like the fan base wanted to. But they was trying to pass the ball. We was able to get to Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? So our pass rush helped us, yes. But when it came to real running, stopping the run, we couldn't do it. And a lot of teams caught up to that. And that's what Green Bay did. They caught up to that. They saw the film, and they said, man, this team, they can't stop the run. We about to run it down their throats the whole day, and that's what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. And Drew, as much as, sometimes people don't want to hear it, he's right. We didn't beat any winning teams last year.
I'll be real about that.
We didn't beat any. I mean, Dak's record against teams over 500 isn't great in his career, let alone last year. So that's all facts, Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry to say, but those are facts. Also, Dak also has 22 fourth quarter comeback wins, which is number 1 in the NFL as far as comeback wins. But again, that doesn't mean they're against good teams. So,
but I say even with the teams that the playoff teams,
3, Hamid.
Drew, you was kind of wrong. We did beat a playoff team. If I'm not mistaken, the Rams made the playoffs last year.
Yes.
The Eagles made the playoffs last year. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. There you go.
Where you coming from? But we
well, no, we got to keep it real.
We're keeping it real.
We beat the Eagles. We beat the Rams.
Playoff teams.
At least 2. What's up, Rob? How you doing, brother? Seahawks and Eagles weren't bad. Exactly. We beat Seattle, too, who just missed. A good call, David.
But they beat the Eagles.
What's up, Timothy? How's Terrell, Texas doing, bro? Drew, we got to just call out the facts. The Lions, another one. Bang. We beat the Lions all with the help of officials.
We beat the Lions. And the Lions made it to the conference championship.
The Lions should have beat, was it the Niners? Is that who it was? Yeah.
Yeah, they coached. They should have beat us, but the coach gave us
hold up. I'm tired of hearing this damn Hamid,
Yep.
you don't understand English, or you don't want to understand. Anybody that blames Dallas for what happened to the Lions,
Oh yeah, man, the Lions. That's on them.
here's the deal. Dallas covered who the official said was eligible.
Yep.
Okay, Hamid? Dallas covered, the officials walked over and said who was eligible. They made sure that the tight end was covered. They didn't cover the offensive lineman because he wasn't eligible. Now, maybe it was the official not understanding the player, but it's the official's job to then go over to the defense and say and actually on the intercom and say, number 68's eligible. And guess what, Hamid? They would have covered number 68. You know what I mean? They were told who was eligible and covered. So stop it with that BS, man.
I was at that game, man, and I tell you, I thought we were done for until they went for it. I was like, are they not going to kick the field goal?
Close.
Man, they didn't kick that field goal they went for. I said, we about to win this game because they about to screw this up.
Exactly.
And that's what they did, man. Oh, the Lion fans was pissed. Oh, they were crying, bro. They were crying.
Oh, I was at the draft. Me, Mark, prime time, and they hated us. They hated us.
Oh, they still mad at us for that. Now I give them the playoff.
You got to come up with some new material, bro.
I give them that
come
playoff
up with
game.
some new material, bro.
When we played them in the playoffs, I get it. That was a bad call. We got away with that. But that,
I think a couple of those were against the Eagles, Hamid, so at least it was against you. We beat Donovan McNabb strumming the air guitar. We busted that ass at AT&T. So, but anyway, that brings me back. That was Tony Romo. So, Jameson Taylor. So what happened? What's going on with Jameson? Let me go back in the chat here. What's going on, Jameson? Everything all right, bro? Let's see. I had it in Atlanta at Emory. What did he have? What kind of surgery did you have, brother? Yeah, I don't know. Just let me know. How many? Don't worry, Lions are going to destroy the Cowboys. Why would you say destroy? CT scan had to come out of Jamie. See, that's the thing. He's all of a sudden saying they're going to destroy. I mean, he has no way of knowing squat. Let's look and see, just for giggles. Let's see what the line is for the game. Let's see, Vegas odds. Let's see, Vegas odds for Dallas and Detroit. As we sit here today, obviously I understand, long way to go, but let's just see how much of a destroy it is. Let's see here. Let's see. When do we play Detroit? Do we know?
I gotta look it up.
I think it's week 4, maybe. No, 5. We're on bye, so maybe 6. I don't know. Yeah, somebody tell me what week we play the Lions, and I'll get you. Oh, there it is, right here. Right now, Dallas is a 1-point favorite at home against the Lions. So, talking about getting destroyed. Come on, man. I can see them losing a close game. I can see them losing. I can see Dallas beating them, busting that ass again.
Yeah, I think we're gonna win. I think we're gonna beat them again. We have the Lions.
Yeah, we normally beat the Lions. So again,
Now, I'm gonna watch out for the Falcons because they might be a little bit better this year. They defense wise.
The entire team choked against the Packers. Big Sarge. Yeah, that was in Oregon. I know it's early, but that's what we do. Let's see what the line is for the Birds. Who you playing that week? Let's see who you playing that week. The Browns. You're a 3-point favorite against the Browns at home. Okay. All right. Okay. Falcons are good. We'll see how good the Falcons are. We don't know anything, Drew.
I think the Falcons are gonna be. They're gonna be okay.
I think they're gonna be good, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Lions are a bipolar team. Isidro. Yeah. I mean, I hear you. Busting that ass, cherry poppers. All right, Arturo, slow down, bro. I can't believe I said that out loud. True, Lou, but don't act like you beat up. Yeah. Again, I just find it funny. The Eagle people, you're going to get blown out. Listen, we're going to get blown out by somebody. We're going to get blown out by somebody. We always do. Just like you're going to get blown out by somebody. You know, you just hope it's not in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, they got told about Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I know.
They don't want to talk about that though. They try to act like that ain't happened.
Nah, well, that wasn't them. That was an alternate team. I mean, that wasn't your starting. Oh wait, it was your starting quarterback. I forgot.
They talk so much about Devontae Smith and how elite he is. That was his time to shine, wasn't it? And he
Okay, JoJo, thank you. Everybody say a prayer for Jameson. You know, I hear you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. You didn't get destroyed? Yeah, you did. You got. Yeah, you did, Drew. Yeah. I mean, I'm not bragging about it. I don't get my rocks off with Eagles losing like that. I could care less, honestly. Once we lost, didn't matter to me, bro. Devontae did have a good game in that, but it doesn't matter, you know. It really don't matter. It's nice that he had a good game, but the team was a disaster. But yeah, it don't matter. Once Dallas lost, I watched it, but I was like, I was having an outer body experience. Or did they lose before Dallas? Did they lose before Dallas?
They lost after us.
Did they?
After us. Yeah, they was the Monday night game.
Okay. Oh, right. So I didn't even care at that point. Drew did not matter to me. I was shattered.
It helped a little bit. It helped a little bit for me. I was like, okay, at least they lost.
Again, I was still
I would have
just
been pissed
in
if they
shock.
would have moved.
It really would. I didn't have. Listen, if they would have went in and beat, I wasn't expecting them to win, just based on how the Eagles looked coming down.
Yeah, me too.
Losing 6 in a row going into that, so I didn't expect them to win, but I wasn't. I really was more worried about my team, like what the hell happened. And I'm looking ahead. I really thought that the Niners, and Niners did go to the Super Bowl. I didn't think anybody was going to beat the Niners. Maybe Detroit. I didn't think Green Bay would have, but Detroit really should have beat them. That damn coach cost Detroit. I'm sorry. You can't keep going for it on 4th. Because that's the way he coaches.
And he's going to keep on doing it, too.
Yeah, but that's wrong.
Stupid.
That's stupid. You can't do that to yourself.
I thought he probably would have learned his lesson against, when he did that against us. Did he go back and do it in a championship game? Like, come on.
Drew, Stevie Wonder can see. Didn't you see that video? That was him being blind is all a lie. I don't know if anybody saw that, but it's a joke. But, I'd rather have had an aggressive coach. Yeah, Twiz, but he's overly aggressive. I mean,
sometimes that's gonna bite you every time, man. You gotta be smart.
Well, sometimes you got to go to overtime because your team is playing better than the other team. I get it. There's time and a place to be aggressive on the road, where you can't stop the other team and you have a chance to win the game. Fine. Or if you have an injury or your team is physically spent. It's up to you to think on the fly. Just to say, oh, well, the chart says we need to go for it here at our own 40-yard line. No. Your team was playing really good. But, it is what it is. Hey, game time. What's wrong with Trent Williams and the Niners? Yeah, you're not hearing anything about that. The Cowboys or
They talk about him every now and then, but it ain't big.
It ain't nothing like us. I got news for you. If Trent Williams isn't there week 1, they're screwed.
They're gonna lose.
And Trent Williams is the type of guy who. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Oh yeah, they play Aaron Rodgers week 1. But like Trent Williams is the type of guy that if he's not in there, we don't know what he's looking like. We don't know if he's keeping himself in shape. I would assume so, but he wants a long-term deal. Not to mention Brandon Ayuk. Matter of fact, let me look and see if there's any new news.
Ain't nothing going on with him either.
Well, I'm looking. Let's see. The headline is what I read about Jerry Jones. Aaron Rodgers has no preference when it comes to playing in preseason finale. He ain't playing in a preseason finale. Here it is right here. Kyle Shanahan has zero update on Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams, and he has an attitude in saying it. Flat brim Kyle Shanahan is a miserable SOB these days. Why? Because he's got an issue, just like the Cowboys got an issue. And the good thing is, He's got a quarterback making nothing, but he knows he's got to pay him. He's got Mr. Irrelevant. Yeah, your QB in his squad. So let me read this. The 49ers season is getting closer to starting, but there's no indication that the two 49ers best players are getting closer to ending their contract disputes. 0 updates. Nothing has changed. Yeah, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. It's an absolute disaster. They're both integral to the 49ers offense. I think Trent Williams is more important.
Yes, he is. Because without him, Brock Purdy, I mean, you already saw how he was looking.
Yes. You saw what Eagles did to that ass. I'm sorry, but they did.
And when they played the Vikings, Trent Williams was out that game. He wasn't playing good. So he need Trent Williams.
The lack of aggressiveness is the reason CD is sitting at home now game time. Where'd that come from? I don't know. We're talking about Brandon Ayuk and Trent. I'm just trying to find what that's regarding. I don't know. But, so I think Trent Williams is the bigger deal than Brandon Ayuk. I just do.
Yeah,
Sorry?
but they don't want to pay him.
What's going on, Marcus Blackman? What's going on, brother?
I don't think they want to pay him that because he an older guy. Like they don't want to put him on a long-term deal. If the age getting to him.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. Trent Williams, 36 years old. So he at the end.
That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna pay him that. They ain't gonna pay him no long-term deal. I guess he gonna be like, well, y'all gonna see how it is without me. But is he coming to camp or is he holding out?
What's that? I'm sorry, I was talking to my wife.
Is he coming to camp or is he holding out?
He's not in camp. So he's 36 years old. What is he looking for? He's almost at the end, people. This is where we always tell people, when you get a chance to win a Super Bowl, you'll win it because you don't know. So he don't have much more left.
Bounce back. That Super Bowl hangover real.
It is real. That's why I don't think they're winning. I think they might have the best division in the NFC with Seattle. I really like Arizona this year. He wants guaranteed money, Twiz. I mean, that's all it is. It's a matter of like tweak. Yeah, I guess that's what Zach Martin did last year, type of deal. So yeah, I mean, I don't blame him, but again, if they don't have Trent Williams week 1, just curious. I want to see the schedule for the 49ers. Let me see.
Somebody trying to start a rumor about Saquon.
Why? What happened?
No, somebody in the chat saying Saquon, something wrong with Saquon fine.
He's fine. Saquon's fine. Everybody gets their in the bunch. Yeah. He'll be all right. He's got a good offensive line. I expect him to have a good year. What that means is, I don't know. All right. The Niners, I'll share the screen. The Niners start out at home against the Jets. Okay. At the Vikings. Oh, God, that's an easy one. All right. At the Rams. So, week 3, that's a tough one. Yeah, home against New England. That's a cakewalk. So they got time. Home against Arizona. Their schedule's pretty weak to open up. And then week 6, and I think this is where it starts getting tough. At Seattle, home against Kansas City, home against Dallas, a bye week. At Tampa, home against Seattle, at Green Bay, at Buffalo. Yeah, so that's when it gets tough. So the early part of the schedule isn't horrible for the Niners.
Yeah.
So
they'll be able to still, maintain, but you don't know. They don't have all their players.
Yeah.
They lost to the Browns last year. They lost to the Vikings. They lost to teams after they stumped us to the ground, they started losing 3 games in a row.
Yep. Yep. So, let's see here. Let me just quickly look. See if we got anything. Your thoughts on our 2 additions on the Cowboys? I don't want to hold you too long. I know your kids like, Daddy, I want to hang out.
Yeah, man. I don't know why she brought him. But yeah. Shoot me your question.
Yeah, Carl Lawson and Phillips, the D tackle. I mean,
Yeah.
we're actually going out and at least filling holes, that you might
And I
have
like
thought.
it. You know,
Yeah, some people, you're like they're not great. Well,
hey,
Carl Lawson,
these are rotational guys.
Yeah.
That remember we lost rotational guys.
Mhm.
That the players that we lost that everybody think that we're not going to be good this year because we lost them. We're replacing them with other rotational guys that can fill in them gaps. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that they acquired those guys. And it's leadership as well that we need for these young guys that we have on defense.
Yep.
I like both moves. Carl Lawson, he works hard. That's one thing I like about him. He's very aggressive. One thing about him though, he does, sustain a few injuries. He be, banged up a bit, but he's very aggressive on the edge. We all know how Phillips is. I wanted to punch the dude in the face 2019 Thanksgiving when he played for the Buffalo. When he played for the Bills and stuff. That pissed me off. But hey, he's a good. I'm glad to have him on our side. Just to fill in. I'm happy for both guys.
Yep.
We need help. We need help over there.
I mean, Carl Lawson has 74 games played. He's got 27 sacks. He's only 29. So it's a good rotational piece. He will offer some good depth. That's kind of what, that's kind of what we're looking for. And Phillips, again, he's a one technique guy he was a thorn. Jordan Phillips was a thorn in our butt last year. He played 40% of Buffalo's plays, which is probably too much. Maybe he should play more like 20-25%. But listen, they're rotational pieces. They're rotational pieces. When somebody gets gassed, you can bring in Phillips or whatever. You have Mazi, you have the rookie out of Justin Rogers. You get Carl
he
Davis
played pretty
for
good
now.
Too in that preseason game.
Yeah. So I mean, I think in Zimmer's scheme, you don't have to have Pro Bowl D tackles. What you need to do is the one tech has to eat the double team and hold the line of scrimmage. That's all he really needs to do in Zimmer's scheme. We do have Osa, at the 3 technique, who is all pro. He's in a contract year as well. He's a very good player. So I'm excited. Linda Conyers, I keep receipts for all your comments. Don't get upset when what's going on? What comments? All the negative Eagle comments? Good. Thanks, Linda. I like the Phillips move, but who are the starters that are stout against the run? The starters? I don't really know who our starter's going to be. Again, it's going to be a rotation, just like Jordan Davis is not playing 3 down. So if Jordan starts, like the first 2, who's coming in on 3rd down? Is it going to be, you know what I mean? I don't know who's going to be the starter. My guess it'll be Mazi and Osa Odigizua. That's probably what it's going to be. But
that sounds like how it would be.
But it's only in name only. Mazi will be there on 1st round. Mazi has looked a lot better, although it's early. Phillips will play a lot. Yeah, Phillips is going to play a lot. It is what it is, people. I'm not flexing. We just got to be good enough. There's nobody on the defense other than Hankins who had an average year last year. So Phillips can be Hankins all day. So that's just my opinion. So Phillips.
My thing is, at least we got the linebackers this year. That's
the thing.
We got linebackers.
We're going with a 3 linebacker set, Cole. So now we're going with Eric Hendricks, I don't know who's going to be the starter. It's going to be Kendricks, probably Damone Clark, and Overshone is probably going to be your starters.
You got Lafu.
You got Leah Fowl, and then we got Harvey. Leah Fowl, Harvey. That's probably going to be your 5, and then of course you got Donovan Wilson, who's an in-the-box safety who plays like a linebacker. You got Marquise Bell. You got Wanye Thomas. I mean, again,
we got guys that's going.
We got a lot of guys on defense.
We got a good room. That's what I like to see this year. So I think our defense is going to be just fine.
I think it's going to be better. I think Nick Vigil is a big special teamer, big Sarge, yes. I think he makes the team. No more tush push in Philly. Isidro, I think they're still going to do it. I still think the Eagles' offensive line is good. It's just not as deep. When you lose a Kelsey, it's going to hurt. But, I mean, it's not hard. It's still rated the best offensive line in the league. Now, they got to go out and play games. So, we'll see. Yeah,
I don't think the tush push is going to help them that much. I think they're going to still do the tush push, but it's not going to be as effective. That's just me. I think that, and I'm only saying that because I think the league will finally kind of catch up to it as well.
Yeah, well, but Kelsey was special at getting low and just sacrificing his body. So we'll see. I'm not worried about the tush push.
Yeah, I ain't worried about it either.
That's the least of my. I'd be more concerned with stopping Saquon Barkley than worry about the tush push. I think that play's stupid, but I never liked to play because I don't like rugby. So it's like I don't want to see rugby. I'd rather old school just hand it to your running back and see who's better. I think the Eagles would have got the yard if they would have did that too. They just decided to go with the tush push because they've liked inventing something, I guess. I don't know. I think that they would have gotten just as much yards if they would have handed the ball off to one of the running backs.
Yeah, it's true. They didn't really utilize Swift like they should have.
Philly D, so you're saying Bradbury's going to be gone? Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I'll tell you what's funny, Coles. You live in Atlanta, so you know all about Nakobe Dean. Now, all of a sudden, in the last week, the light switch is gone on.
They said that he looked better.
He's looked good. So I'm just loving the fact that we're going to get a small guy playing linebacker. Yeah,
they like it. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, he's now surpassed Devin White. It's
kind of funny because when I see the reports about how they're, training camp and how Jalen Hurts is looking amazing, not throwing no interceptions, and I'm never seeing like reports of defenses making it hard.
What's up, Eric Haters?
I never heard a report of the defense making Jalen uncomfortable, or what I'm saying, they making a big play. It's always the offensive side making big plays. Now I keep my mouth shut about the situation, but I was like, ain't that kind of concerning?
Again, when you go against a bad defense, well, I'm just keeping it real. They finished 30th. They finished 30th in defense last year. Does everybody forget that? They finished 30th. Okay.
Yeah, especially how last year went off. I'd be very concerned about I'm like, okay, I'm glad my offense is making plays, but come on, I need my defense to make some good stops too. Like, where that's coming from? But
so if they can get into the top 20, that would be an unbelievable achievement, in my opinion, because you lost your best defensive player, Hassan Reddick, right? Yeah. And you went out and drafted a bunch of young guys who hopefully it works, but we'll see.
Drew, I ain't seen the reports, man. I have not.
That's not true. 2 days ago, defense gave Jalen. I
haven't heard it. I haven't seen it. Man.
Well, that's a good sign, Drew. If that's the case,
that's good.
That's why Dallas has kind of been. Everybody has to remember. Any struggles that Dallas may have offensively, their number one option is not there. CeeDee Lamb ain't on the field. So, it's like, but Brandon Cooks, that's one guy I would say, Coles. Brandon has looked very good.
Yeah, he has.
He's picked up where he left off. Remember, he came on towards the end of the year. So we'll see. A lot of talk. Jalen Tolbert looks good. So we'll see, man. It's exciting because football's around the corner, people. So that's what I'm excited about. It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
So, but I have Cole's Cowboys channel pinned up at the top here.
Appreciate it, man.
Anybody want to please sub up to my guy? I appreciate it. I'm sure once the season gets a little closer, we're gonna start doing some stuff.
Yeah, sure.
So, I'm always available. So unfortunately, that's just how it is. I'm trying to ride the wave here. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at. Our first round pick, Q is Kenyon Mitchell is doing great.
Yeah. We'll
As
see
in
how-
is Kalen Carson for Dallas, but again, I'm a little leery to rely on a rookie.
I think he's gonna have another Bland effect. I think he's gonna.
I mean, he could be a Deron Bland, but that's a lot to put on a young. I mean, there's not many rookies that can come in and be that guy. You need help, so we'll see if he could. It normally doesn't happen. There's not a lot of Sauce Gardeners out there. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I'm not. I'm not holding my breath on Kalen Carson to be all pro year one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'll be happy if it Bland, supposedly he's looking really good. I mean, our turnovers hasn't slowed down.
We still getting that ball. We got some, because we kept the right coach. We still got Al Harris in the building.
Al Harris is the deal.
You think the Commanders thought they had got, the bread and butter, but we kept the bread and butter.
Yeah. Yep. Al Harris is really, really getting the best out of these guys. So
Yes.
shout out to the Eagles' own Al Harris. Thanks, guys. You should be.
Yeah.
But we'll take it. Gilly would have been a great mentor for Carson. Isidro, he got $10 million.
I think they want to go ahead and rely on the younger guys.
Yeah. Well, you figure we got Bland, Diggs, who's came back for his first full practice last week and got an interception. Bland, Diggs, Jordan Lewis, Kalen Carson, and a host of guys fighting for that fifth spot. I mean, we're going to be cutting some good corners. We're going to be cutting some good corners.
Yeah.
Evil laugh, Brian. You got that right, Vinny.
Yeah, and no, I'm not related to Rio. I'm
Lead
cool with Rio,
commander.
though. I'm cool with Rio, but we ain't related.
Lead commander says, Cole's Cowboys, I'm going to subscribe to your channel. You are
Appreciate
a
it,
realist like game time. I try and keep it real, man, as much as I
Hell
can.
yeah.
I get lit up by some Cowboy fans because I'm nice to the Eagles. Well, listen, if me saying that the Eagles have the best offensive line in the league is being nice, then okay, I'm not going to not keep it real. Me saying that their defense was 30 out of 32 and that they have to prove it to me that they're going to compete, I'm keeping it real.
Right.
That's how it is. Some people don't like that. I don't know. That is what it is. This is iced coffee. And listen, I just want everybody to know, my wife got me the sugar-free pumpkin. So I got a little iced coffee, pumpkin spice here. Yes, I dipped into the pumpkin spice way too early this year. Normally,
man, I'm about to say you a little early,
I'm
man.
a little early, but I'm going with it. It was good. So no whiskey or rum today. We're taking a break. I know, Brad. Brad always like, you're too nice. I'm like, that's how I think, though, Brad. I try and be honest. Sometimes it's hard when I look at the chat too much because there's a lot of trolls that want to just pull the evil out of me. And it's like, dude, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want. Can we have a good conversation about instead of you having this narrative that Dallas sucks, so you don't want to give them credit for anything? Okay, we could do that. That's why I like Rob so much because Rob is pretty level-headed. Rob is about as level-headed as a guy as you could be. Rob A, who's an Eagle fan. So,
yeah, there's some good Eagle fans out there. Drew, one of them. Yeah, Rob, Twiz, all of them.
Yeah, Twiz is the
Just
man.
gotta keep y'all in check from time to time.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, Lou
Philly
Branch.
D,
We just give our
Philly,
opinions.
Philly?
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
the fan part gets into it, but to me,
Yeah, but they cool people. Philly D, Philly.
Yeah. Well, my thing is this though. If you're like a chat guy, like when I go into I go into other people's chats all the time. I do. And I'm very respectful. I never go, even Dan Psilio, who's on my nerves more and more these days. The more I go in this, I'm always very respectful. But if I'm running a show, or if I'm on YouTube doing my job, is how I look at it, then you know, it is what it is. I got to do what I got to do. So
I hop in Joey Shakes and Philly 500.
I can't do Joey Shakes. Me and him don't see eye to eye. He don't
I
like
understand.
me.
You know, he more serious, but
He don't
I
like
go
me.
over there just to crash their party a little bit.
I don't know what his issue is. Philly 500. I mean, I did a show with Philly, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and we went on for an hour and 40 minutes, and we had a great show. But Joey Shakes, I don't know. I've been nice to him.
Hey, he's cool.
He don't like me though. I don't know why.
Oh,
maybe
I
because
I have no problem with Joey Shea. He comes on my channel and supports it. You know, when I do lives.
Yeah.
But I understand what you mean. I mean,
I don't know. I just get that feeling. It's not like he said anything.
I understand. Yeah, but
he don't like Coles. He don't like the fact that I take pride in knowing about the Eagles. And I'll go on an Eagles chat, right? And I'll give my opinion. And I will tell Philly, no, this or that. And he goes, oh, it's a Cowboy fan. You know, stick to your Cowboys channels. I was like, well, that's not what you want.
No, I get on Philly because he be making Cowboy content, and I be getting on him about that. I'm like, hey, why are you using us for views, man? Why you putting Dak Prescott in your little thumbnail just to get somebody
Marcus Blackman, I like it. So
and he be getting mad, but he's laughing.
Maybe I'll reach out to Joey Shakes and maybe we'll do a podcast. Maybe I'll reach out. See, I don't have a problem. I did a show with Louis T. Yeah. I've had I got to reach out to Cop Pizzle again. I told him
Philly Shakes is cool though. He just doesn't really do a lot of the Cowboys, Eagles things. Like I guess that's just something that he's not really too much comfortable with. Because sometimes people think that it could take a wrong turn. And I think that's I'm just assuming. Like he probably might think that it might turn into like an argument and all that stuff. But
oh really? Then he don't know me because I'm about nothing but nice.
Yeah.
I got rid of I criticized. And I tried to draw Philly 500 out, but he wouldn't go. It was a nice conversation, though. Yeah. Philly didn't give as much. I mean, listen, like Cop Izzle, I was trying, but he knows. He goes. He wasn't in any position to be aggressive because his team has done. You know what I mean? So it's kind of. I get it. And Louis T said the same thing.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah. Drew said Gate City. Gate City is cool too. I'm cool with him. He's a really good Eagles content creator. He know how to break down film very good, and he's not biased. Not one. So he keeps it real about his team, and he keeps it. He'll have good conversations about the opposing team as well. So I had some interactions with him. He's really good.
Yeah. Here's my Isidro. My problem. I don't have a problem with Louis T. I had him on the show. I gave him a lot of things. It's his. I don't mind Lord Brunson on the Super Friends. I don't mind him on there, but when it comes to Lord Bronson, it's just a troll.
I don't like that dude, man. That dude,
but you and him are boys on
X. I had to block him, man. My thing is, you want to get too personal and stuff, man. I'm gonna have to let you go. When you get personal, that's when I'm gonna let you go. So I let him go, man.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
that's recent stuff. I let him go, man.
I don't even comment on Lord Brunson anymore because he can't handle it. He blocks a lot.
When he loses a debate, he try to take personal shots, and I'm like, bro,
I did see him reach out and criticize somebody's channel Or
Yeah.
was that it when he said something about a guy who was doing content? You don't do that, people. Everybody
I mean, yeah, I know how he moved, and I'm like, no.
everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own way of doing something. When you get in front of a camera and do content, and guys like Drew and guys like Rob who want to, soon do a channel at some point, you'll then understand that when you in front of a camera and you have your own channel and it's your channel, your name is what you say, that's your bond.
Yeah,
That's,
it's a bond.
like people, you judge you by what comes out of your mouth.
He be exposing like text messages, on so like if he get mad, he'll go ahead and expose that. I'm like, no, man, as a man, you don't do that. Like, come on.
that means like what that tells me is you're losing the argument.
Yep.
And you
want to try to shave something.
Yeah, like my brother was a big guy. He was an offensive tackle, and after his college days, he put on a lot of weight. And I remember going to the Eagles games, and that's what they was. Oh, he was like 6'4", but he was big boy, and they were like, maybe you're a fat guy. Yeah, that was the first thing. You're losing on the scoreboard, so you can talk about somebody's weight. You know what I mean? This is kind of I always felt bad.
And we not
about
necessarily getting personal, Drew. We just calling it how it is. That's all it is. Like, I said my piece about it. I say, yeah, me and him, we was cool, you know what I'm saying? But we not, I seen how he moved, and I don't associate with him. Like, I wouldn't, even when we was cool, I didn't want to even reach out to do content or anything with him because I seen how he did, some of my colleagues,
Yeah.
like
One thing,
and
Drew, that we can't control is what happens in the chat. I could see some stuff, but again, when you're having a conversation, especially when I'm having a guest, I'm talking to Coles right now, so I'm not really staring. I have the chat, but I can't really keep track of everything. I'm not that good. I'll try
I just misread.
So I can't control what Eastside Harold said on Mark's channel, or he'll come in and laugh about Dak's injury on my channel. I'll check it if I can, but again, I can't control the chat either. Everybody has everybody's different when it comes to that. So I do the best I can. But shout out to, we've had a strong 50 for over 50 for most of the live stream. I appreciate everybody. Again, I'll be on tomorrow night with my normal a channel member Zoom call. I'm actually getting up. I can't believe I'm doing it. Tomorrow's my birthday, so.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
A long time friend reached out to me last week, and he wants to take me deep sea fishing tomorrow. So I'll be leaving my house at 5 a.m. in the morning. So look for some content on the boat. I just hope that they don't, because he's a big Eagle fan. He might. Put some cement shoes on me, and that might be the end. So who knows, man? But now I'm joking. But Coles, Cowboys. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here? Like I said, I got your channel pins. Yeah. What are you looking forward to in the last preseason game, and anything else you want to say?
Man, last preseason, I just I'm just gonna take it easy. Ain't really much to see. Just, see Dak call plays and I'm ready for the regular season. Preseason just gone, We're going through these cuts and everything, so I'm just ready for it to end. I'm ready for somebody to get signed. Somebody, anybody.
Yeah.
We need to sign him. CD, Dak, one of them.
Yeah, but, next week we'll have to do something again. Yeah, sure. Discussing the 53. Because that's going to be interesting. That last couple spots may flip, and you might see a running back that's not even on the roster now. Yeah, you may see an offensive line. I know that's like people think it's weird, but we're still thin at left tackle. Yeah, if somebody comes free and we just say, you know what, we're going to let a lot of these guys that have been trying to win the job go, that's a possibility. What's going to happen? Defensive tackle, are they done there? Maybe not. There's some interesting. Thank you everybody for. I didn't say it for that, but thank you everybody. I just want to let everybody know you won't get a morning video from the man cave tomorrow. You'll get a video probably from the boat So, yeah, happy 40th. Thanks, Vin. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. You know it. But all right, everybody, remember, Cole's, please sub up to him. And
Appreciate y'all.
I will talk to everybody later. I'll talk to you, Coles. All right?
All right, now, man.
All right, man. Say bye.
I'll be easy.
Late. See you. Let me try and find my... I'm trying to find it, people. All right, everybody. I'll talk to everybody later. Peace.
I just realized who Game Time Brian was. I didn't know it from earlier.
That's it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but